The camera fades in on the bustling morning television studio, lights glaring down as the audience settles into their seats, buzzing with anticipation for the day's guest. Lorraine Kelly, the ever-charming Scottish host with her signature warm smile and flowing auburn hair, steps onto the set wearing a vibrant floral dress that matches the cheerful vibe of her show. She waves enthusiastically to the crowd, her voice lilting with that familiar accent as she introduces the segment. Good morning, everyone. Today, we're thrilled to have the hilarious and outspoken Ricky Gervais joining us to talk about his latest projects and maybe share a few laughs along the way. The applause erupts, and Ricky strides in from stage left, dressed in his casual black t-shirt and jeans, his beard neatly trimmed and eyes sparkling with that trademark mischief. He shakes Lorraine's hand firmly, perhaps a bit too firmly, and they both take their seats on the plush sofas arranged in a cozy chat setup. The conversation starts innocently enough, with Lorraine asking about Ricky's recent stand-up specials and his thoughts on the entertainment industry. Ricky leans back, crossing his legs, and launches into one of his witty rants about celebrity culture, poking fun at over-the-top award shows and the absurdity of fame. The audience chuckles, and Lorraine nods along, her laughter genuine at first. But as Ricky delves deeper, his tone shifts, becoming more pointed. He starts critiquing daytime TV itself, calling it fluffy nonsense designed to distract from real issues, and Lorraine's smile begins to falter just a tad. She interjects politely, trying to steer the talk back to lighter topics like his love for animals or his philanthropy work with animal rights. Ricky, however, isn't one to be redirected easily. He counters with a sharp quip about how shows like hers avoid controversy to keep sponsors happy, and the tension in the air thickens. The producer in the control room shifts uncomfortably, monitoring the live feed as social media starts to light up with reactions. Lorraine, ever the professional, attempts to diffuse with a joke of her own, but Ricky doubles down, questioning the authenticity of morning TV personas. Come on, Lorraine, you're playing a character here, aren't you? All sunshine and rainbows while the world burns outside. The audience gasps audibly, a mix of shock and amusement rippling through the rows. Lorraine's eyes narrow slightly, her composure cracking as she responds, Ricky, we're here to have a fun chat, not to dissect the industry. But Ricky presses on, his voice rising with passion, turning the interview into a debate about free speech and media censorship. He brings up past controversies, like his Golden Globes monologues where he roasted Hollywood elites, drawing parallels to how daytime hosts shy away from anything edgy. Lorraine counters firmly, defending her show's role in providing escapism for viewers dealing with everyday stresses. The back and forth escalates, with Ricky gesturing animatedly and Lorraine leaning forward, her Scottish brogue thickening with frustration. The camera cuts between their faces, capturing every furrowed brow and pointed finger. Suddenly, Ricky makes a particularly biting remark about hypocritical presenters who pretend to care but won't touch real topics like animal cruelty in depth because it might upset the tea sponsors. Lorraine's face flushes, and she snaps back, That's enough, Ricky. This is my show, and I won't have you insulting me or my audience. The studio falls silent for a beat, the weight of the moment hanging heavy. Ricky pauses, then stands up abruptly, unclipping his microphone with a dramatic flair. Well, if you can't handle a real conversation, maybe I should just leave, he says, his voice laced with sarcasm but underlined with genuine annoyance. The audience murmurs in disbelief as he heads toward the exit, Lorraine calling after him, Ricky, wait. But he doesn't stop, disappearing off stage as the show cuts to an unplanned commercial break. In the aftermath, the control room erupts in chaos, producers scrambling to fill the time slot while Lorraine composes herself on air, apologizing to viewers for the unexpected turn. Social media explodes with clips of the confrontation going viral. Hashtags like #Ricky vs Lorraine trending worldwide. Fans divide into camps, some praising Ricky for his honesty, others defending Lorraine's right to control her program. Analysts speculate on whether it was staged for publicity or a genuine clash of personalities. Ricky later tweets about the incident, his humor intact, kicked off morning TV for telling the truth. Who knew fluff could be so fragile? Lorraine, in a follow-up segment the next day, addresses it lightheartedly but with a hint of hurt, saying, "We love a bit of banter, but sometimes it goes too far." The event becomes fodder for late-night shows, with hosts like Jimmy Fallon reenacting the moment in skits. It sparks broader discussions about the boundaries of guest interviews and the evolving nature of live television in an era where authenticity clashes with polished production. Ricky's career, already robust, sees a boost in his rebel image, while Lorraine's show gains viewers curious about the drama. Behind the scenes, rumors swirl of heated phone calls between agents, but publicly, both parties downplay it as a momentary lapse. The incident reminds everyone that even in the seemingly tame world of morning TV, fireworks can ignite when strong opinions collide. As the dust settles, it leaves a lasting impression on how celebrities navigate promotional appearances, balancing promotion with personal views. Weeks after the infamous clash, the story refuses to die down, with tabloids and online forums dissecting every frame of the footage. Ricky Gervais, known for his no-holds-barred comedy, finds himself at the center of yet another controversy, but this time it's not on a awards stage, it's on the cozy couch of Lorraine's morning slot. Flashbacks and video compilations show the build-up, Lorraine probing about Ricky's Netflix specials, him responding with his signature deadpan humor, then veering into critique. "Your show is like a sedative for the masses," he quips, eliciting uneasy laughter from the studio audience. Lorraine, usually unflappable, pushes back. "We bring joy, Ricky. Not everyone wants doom and gloom first thing." But Ricky, fueled by his atheistic and humanistic views, escalates, bringing up societal issues like inequality and environmental neglect, accusing daytime TV of ignoring them. The exchange turns personal when Lorraine mentions Ricky's past projects, suggesting he thrives on shock value. Shock value? That's rich coming from someone who interviews soap stars about their fake dramas, Ricky retorts. The audience oohs and ahs, sensing the shift from banter to battle. Lorraine's producer signals from offstage to wrap it up, but it's too late. The genie is out of the bottle. Ricky stands, mic in hand, declaring, "I'm done with this charade," and storms off, leaving Lorraine to ad-lib through the awkward silence. Post-incident interviews reveal more. Ricky on podcasts explaining he felt censored, Lorraine in magazines saying she was blindsided. The video script could dramatize this with reenactments, actors mimicking their accents and mannerisms, Ricky's blunt English delivery versus Lorraine's soft Scottish lilt. Commentators weigh in, some calling it a masterclass in awkward TV, others a sign of changing times where guests demand more than fluff. Ricky's fans rally, creating memes of him walking out with captions like "When truth meets tea time." Lorraine's supporters argue he was rude, disrespecting a national treasure. The fallout extends to ratings. Lorraine's show sees a spike, curious viewers tuning in for potential drama, while Ricky's upcoming tour sells out faster. In a twist, Ricky invites Lorraine to his show via Twitter, but she politely declines on air. The script explores psychological angles of Ricky's history of challenging norms, from The Office to Afterlife, clashing with Lorraine's wholesome image built over decades. It delves into media ethics. Should hosts allow unfiltered opinions, or maintain a safe space? Experts opine on freedom of speech versus broadcast standards. Viral clips amass millions of views, with YouTubers analyzing body language of Ricky's crossed arms signaling defensiveness, Lorraine's tight smile hiding irritation. The event inspires parodies on SNL, with impressions exaggerating the accents for laughs. Behind it all, perhaps a mutual respect. Rumors of off-air apologies surface, but neither confirms. The script paints Ricky as the anti-hero, unafraid to ruffle feathers, and Lorraine as the gracious host caught off guard. It concludes this segment by pondering if such confrontations are the future of TV, where authenticity trumps scripted politeness, or if they'll remain rare blips in an otherwise harmonious landscape. As the narrative unfolds, it weaves in quotes from both, Ricky's tweets sharp and witty, Lorraine's responses measured and kind. The video could include fan reactions, from outrage to amusement, showcasing the polarized public. Ultimately, the incident humanizes both stars, reminding viewers that even icons have breaking points. Diving deeper into the anatomy of the confrontation, the script reconstructs the timeline second by second, starting from Ricky's entrance to his abrupt exit. The studio clock ticks 9:15 a.m. as Lorraine wraps up a cooking segment, transitioning smoothly to the interview couch. Ricky appears relaxed initially, joking about traffic on his way in. Lorraine opens with praise for his work. "Ricky, you're a genius at making us laugh and think." He smirks, thinking, "That's dangerous on morning TV." The first crack appears here, but Lorraine laughs it off. As questions flow, Ricky pivots to animal rights, his passion project, criticizing industries that exploit animals. Lorraine agrees superficially, but when Ricky calls out specific brands advertised on her show, she bristles. "We have to be careful with accusations," she warns. Ricky scoffs. "Careful? That's code for censored." The debate heats up, voices overlapping in a cacophony of disagreement. Audience members shift in seats, some cheering Ricky's boldness, others loyal to Lorraine. The floor manager waves frantically, but the live broadcast rolls on. Ricky's frustration peaks when Lorraine interrupts mid-rant. "Let's move on to your new book." He explodes. "No, let's not gloss over this." Standing, he removes his earpiece, muttering, "This is why I hate these gigs." Lorraine, stunned, tries to salvage, "Ricky, please sit down." But he's gone. Door slamming echoed by gasps. The immediate aftermath. Lorraine addresses the camera. "Well, that was unexpected. We'll be right back after these messages." In the green room, Ricky reportedly vents to his team, while Lorraine's staff consoles her. News outlets pick it up instantly. Headlines screaming Gervais ejected. Social media timelines flood with opinions of comedians like Jimmy Carr tweeting support for Ricky, TV personalities backing Lorraine. The script incorporates expert analysis, psychologists breaking down power dynamics in interviews. It explores cultural context, British TV's love for wit clashing with daytime's gentle format. Flash forward show ripple effects. Ricky's Netflix views surge. Lorraine's book sales rise from sympathy. Parody videos emerge, with influencers recreating the scene in exaggerated fashion. The narrative questions intent. Was Ricky provoking on purpose for publicity, or genuine outburst? Lorraine's handling praised for poise under pressure. Fan theories abound, some claiming it was scripted, citing similar past stunts, but denials from both sides fuel speculation. The video script builds suspense, using slow-motion replays of key moments, dramatic music underscoring tension. It includes interviews with witnesses, audience members recalling the electric atmosphere. Broader implications discussed, impact on future guests, hosts wary of controversial figures. Ricky's persona solidified as truth-teller, Lorraine's as enduring icon. The paragraph wraps with reflections on celebrity egos, how one fiery exchange can dominate news cycles, eclipsing actual world events. In the end, it humanizes the clash, showing vulnerability behind the bravado, expanding on the public reaction. The script chronicles the online storm that followed, with Twitter, now X, ablaze in real-time commentary. Users post clips seconds after airing, captions like "Ricky just owned Lorraine," or "Poor Lorraine, Ricky was out of line." Memes proliferate, Ricky's walkout photoshopped into historical exits, Lorraine's face reaction-ified. Influencers dissect, podcasters debate ethics. Ricky fuels the fire with posts, kicked off for being honest. Typical. Lorraine responds gracefully on her show, "We welcome all views, but respect is key." Ratings analysts note a 20% viewership bump for both. The script dramatizes fan gatherings, virtual and real, divided loyalties sparking arguments. Media coverage evolves from shock to analysis. Guardian op-eds on free speech, Sun tabloids on feud. Ricky appears on other shows, downplaying, "It was just a chat gone wrong." Lorraine avoids direct mentions but hints at moving on. Behind-the-scenes leaks suggest no hard feelings, perhaps a shared laugh later. The narrative explores psychological toll, Ricky's history of depression, using humor as shield. Lorraine's long career weathering storms. It ties to broader trends: a rise of unfiltered celebs in polarized media. Video elements include montage of reactions, from celebrities to everyday folk. Comedians rally for Ricky, hosts for Lorraine. The incident inspires think pieces on TV evolution, from scripted to spontaneous. Script ponders if such drama boosts engagement in declining viewership era. Fan art emerges, Cartoons depicting the clash. Legal angles touched. No lawsuits, but contracts reviewed for guest behavior clauses. The paragraph delves into personal backstory as Ricky's rise from office worker to star, Lorraine's from journalist to TV staple. Their shared British heritage contrasts styles, blunt versus bubbly. Resolution teases reconciliation, maybe a joint charity event. But for now, the divide entertains. The script concludes this part by emphasizing entertainment value, how conflict captivates more than harmony. To fully capture the essence, the script revisits the confrontation through alternative lenses, imagining what-ifs and behind-the-curtain insights. Suppose Ricky stayed, would they have reconciled on air, or escalated further? Insiders reveal pre-interview chats were cordial, no hint of storm. Producers admit vetting questions, but Ricky's improvisations caught them off guard. The video uses split-screen comparisons, similar past incidents, like Ricky's Globes roasts. Lorraine's interviews with other comics, always smooth. Analysis of dialogue reveals patterns. Ricky's use of sarcasm, Lorraine's deflections. Body language experts note crossed legs signaling defense. The narrative broadens to industry impact. Hosts now brief guests on boundaries. Comedians wary of daytime slots. Positive spin sparks real conversations on topics Ricky raised. Animal charities report donation spikes post-clash. Social media metrics show billions of impressions. Script includes humorous reenactments, actors amplifying drama for laughs. Fan polls vote on who on Ricky edges out. Cultural critics link to Brexit-era divides, bluntness versus politeness, personal growth angles. Ricky reflects in blogs on temper, Lorraine on assertiveness. The event becomes case study in media classes. Video script weaves and timelines, from incident to now. Future predictions, will they reunite? Bets placed. The paragraph explores legacy added to Ricky's lore, Lorraine's resilience. Ultimately, a blip in careers, but memorable. Wrapping the epic tale, the script contemplates long-term ramifications, projecting into future TV landscapes shaped by such moments. Ricky's brand thrives on controversy, booking more gigs. Lorraine's show adapts, inviting edgier guests cautiously. Crossovers speculated. Ricky hosting morning TV? Unlikely. Mutual interviews elsewhere? Possible. The clash immortalized in compilations. Top TV meltdowns. Lessons learned. Balance authenticity with decorum. Viewers crave realness, but within limits. Script ends optimistically, suggesting growth from conflict. Both emerge stronger, audiences entertained. Final thoughts on human nature. Real passions flare, but forgiveness prevails. The video fades out on harmonious notes, perhaps a montage of their best moments separate,